Good morning. It is the Andie Summers Show with Jeff Kirkshin, Donnie, and Shannon. And our special guest this morning is a good friend of mine, Miss Cheryl Colleluori.
Thank you.
I should
Thank
say
you.
Mrs. Sorry, but you're so young. You're a miss to me. Okay. So Cheryl heads up the Headstrong Foundation, which is improving lives affected by cancer. Your story is amazing. Your family is amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, and now you have to talk because I'm
Don't
gonna
get
cry.
me started.
Yeah.
I have to say they are quite special.
They really are.
You know?
They really are. So you've got an event coming up.
I do.
A big fundraiser for your amazing organization.
Yes.
Tell us about that, and then we'll go back and talk a little bit
Yeah.
about what you guys do.
So believe it or not, it's the 15th year for the event. And we've changed it up a little bit just because we want it to be fresh. We don't want it to be stale. And 15 years is a lot to celebrate. I remember the first time I'd never been to a gala, so how would we host a gala?
Oh my gosh.
It was a lot of nerves.
Right.
Beef and beer, hell yeah. But
Right.
can I even say that? I don't
God,
know.
I love you, Cheryl.
And so we did it, and I said never again. And the event is so special, and Andie, you can witness that as you've been part of it.
Yeah.
So we're changing it up a little bit. We're making it during the week. We were listening to some of our supporters. This way, they have their weekends free because
Okay.
everybody's time is just, everybody's so busy. But it'll be a little bit of old with the new. A little dumbed down, not so formal, and people can come right from work. Silent, cocktails and silent auction, a wonderful dinner, live
I will
music.
say what they do so well, okay? Aside from God's work that you're doing through the Headstrong Foundation, you guys know how to put on a good time.
We do.
The food is always spectacular.
Yep.
The silent auction items are amazing.
It's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And just the entertainment and the vibe, the
Yeah.
crowd, the people that you pull in
Yeah.
are just fun. It's going to be such a fun night.
It is a fun night, and it's a wonderful celebration of who our founder, of who my son was. Nick was young, and he was upbeat and positive, and it's not easy what we're doing, and some of the stories are really gut wrenching. But to celebrate his life and to raise those necessary funds to keep Nick's house free of charge for families that are uprooted from their homes, from away from their jobs and their support system, to keep it free for them has been just, the ultimate reward and as our goal at the end of the evening to underwrite the cost of the house for a year.
That's amazing. So you have Nick's house here in
incredible.
Philadelphia.
We do.
You also have one in Boston.
We do.
And anything else open yet? Because I know you guys are growing exponentially in
Yeah.
the next several years.
We're working on Durham.
Okay.
And along with Duke Cancer Institute. And, it's shocking when you get into some of these meetings and learn just how difficult it is, and just trying to remove those barriers, access to care, for example, right? Learning the weight that some people have to endure,
Yeah.
the costs that
Yeah.
people are not making the right decisions because of the wallet. I lived the journey. I understand it fully. So to be able to offer that to families, giving them a chance,
Yeah.
giving them hope and, for remission has been just a tremendous gift.
So we talk about this a lot, Jeff, when we do our St. Jude Radiothon,
Right.
right?
That's exactly
about
what
how
I was
St.
thinking
Jude
about.
doesn't charge, for the care. They don't charge, they bring the family out because they know that it's more than just the patient
Yep.
that's affected by the disease. It's the entire family, and they make it as easy as they can. But not every medical institution is St. Jude, and not everyone has the wherewithal to be able to do that. So when you don't have a child, or you have another loved one who needs to go to the hospital, and you need to get them there, and you need to stay with them, and right, like now you're taking time away from your job.
Yep.
So in many cases, you're now no longer getting paid.
That's
You've
true.
got to stay somewhere, but you don't have an income. So how can you possibly pay for a hotel?
Medical
in a
bills piling
major
up.
City? Exactly. And that's where Nick's house comes in.
Yeah.
You guys make it so much easier. And these houses, having been to the one in Philly and in Boston,
It's pretty special.
the families that are created right? Like,
Yeah,
I didn't want to leave,
I know.
especially at the one in Boston. I got to meet so many of the people who were staying there
Yeah.
and the parties that they throw for each other. And they're so generous with
Yeah.
one another. And I just wanted to stay with those people.
Yeah,
They
it
were
really is.
amazing.
It's a wonderful feeling. Like in my head, I think we all thought that it would happen quickly, but then to see it happen so fast, where the our guests become family the minute somebody enters the door.
Mhm.
For us to just look at those faces and know the great resource that we're providing to them. It's just been amazing.
Yeah.
Such gratitude, really, and their stories is what inspires us to push through and keep fighting and just allow for more opportunity.
And Nick is also what inspires you. Your son that you lost how long ago?
Believe it or not, it'll be 19
Oh
years.
my goodness.
November 28th. I sometimes feel like it's 19 seconds ago. It's still very surreal for me to think that we're living without Nick, but to continue his legacy, keeping him close by and close to our hearts.
And
And
this was his
you know,
idea.
it was how
Like
how about
that's
that?
what's he was a
So cool.
teenager,
So
right?
cool.
Like
So
he was
cool.
a kid in college who
Yeah.
not supposed to have this
No.
wisdom.
Right.
And
I know.
yet,
You know
and
what?
yet look at what you have built on his legacy, his
Yeah.
memory, his vision. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. And I always look back at our conversation and just, remember just about how adamant he was about, the importance of this resource, having lived it, having lived the
Right.
journey. And I think to myself, at a time where he could be selfless and it could be about him, he was everything but, and he laid this wonderful blueprint out for us, to be able to continue to move through life without him and really keep that promise that we made to him that other people would benefit from his life, that for those that followed in his footsteps. And, I'm just so full of gratitude. Um, you know, so we're excited about the event. It's a little different because it's very personal.
Yeah.
And I think that's what kind of makes us a little bit different.
And listen, Andy and I both have supported so many great organizations, whether it's from, different from kids to adults to cancer to homelessness, whatever it might be. But it's just so cool to see with the Headstrong Foundation, people being put in a home to be comfortable and warm, roof over their head during the most difficult time of their life. You see it happening
Yes.
for this family. It's not, it's so perfect. And to honor your son, so many
Yeah.
families have been made better because of
Yeah.
Nick's legacy.
Well, we certainly appreciate that. We are so grateful for our relationship with you guys, with Andy, and first ever media partner. For
Very
the event.
exciting.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
We're so proud to be that and to
Yeah.
hold that honor.
It's awesome. Well, we both share great loss, and sometimes it's unthinkable, it's unfathomable what we've gone through. And yeah, I'm choked up, and I'll miss Nick for the rest of my life. But I do have purpose now, and that is what has gotten me through this,
Yeah.
to believe it or not. And having my family by my side just means everything to me. Sometimes I can't get enough. And they've really helped with the void of not having Nick with us. I think he'd be smiling with pride
Of course.
of how far we've come and the difference that we're making in the lives of really total strangers. We don't know these folks until they walk through our door. And, when I look into their eyes when they walk in, and I see confidence, and I see assurance, and I see hope, and I see love. It was exactly what we went through with Nick. And, to see that over and over again is just, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I'm a firm believer that there are no coincidences and everything happens for a reason.
Yes.
My husband throws that in my face every time I get depressed about something. Everything happens for a reason.
I know.
So, I lost
We may
my
not like the reason.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
I lost my sister a year ago, and when she was being treated in Philadelphia, I randomly heard from Cheryl's son saying, "Hey, you don't know me, but we would love for you to host our gala. Let me tell you a little bit about our organization." And I was like, I'll do anything you want me to do because this is what my family is going through right now. We need your services right now. So I am here for you. And we lost Debbie a couple months later, but Cheryl and I have grown to be good friends, and your family has been such an inspiration to me. So I'm so excited to be hosting this year's event again.
you.
Thursday, September 18th at the Switch House by Cheskafi in Philly. Cocktail, silent auction. Just such a wonderful time. It is going to be a party, and it's going to be emotional, but we are just going to be having so much fun for such an incredible cause.
And I think people leave with a, they leave inspired,
Yes.
and their hearts are touched, and that's our goal at the end of the night. And hopefully they'll want to open their wallets and and help make life a little bit easier for those that are just desperately trying to save. We're saving lives.
Yes. You're not getting rich by this.
No.
You are. It's all going into this foundation, which does so much good for so many people. So I thank you for doing what you do.
Thank you.
But we also should say that there's also an event coming up in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
There is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, that is November the 19th.
Okay.
It's called the Ignite 27 dinner. We really want to scale it down and have a personal, intimate opportunity to get to know our friends, our new friends in the Boston area. And, we're inviting people to come learn about the importance of the work that continues, why Nick's House, why access to care is so vital, especially with insurance companies saying, well, if you want this treatment covered, you need to go here. We recently had a family from Vermont at our Nick's House in Philadelphia, and I said, why not Boston? And they said the insurance company said that if we wanted it covered, we had to come to Philadelphia.
Wow.
Yeah. It's the first time we've heard that. So,
That's insane.
but you do what you got to do.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And never say never. And, we're giving people the opportunity to explore, turn every rock over, right? Because if it doesn't work out, at least they know, just like us, we traveled at the end of Nick's life. We went to the NIH. We did everything possible to save Nick's life. And we know, putting our head down at the end of the night, that there wasn't anything else that could be done.
Right.
And we want people to have that opportunity and not have regrets and not second guess. And, so we've had a lot of great success stories, and that's what really fuels us to know that, people are living. When we say with Headstrong, it's to and through cancer. Just because somebody doesn't, they're not at Nick's House anymore, it doesn't mean they're still not involved with Headstrong. There's still things that, the emotional piece, and, there's still things that go on through this cancer journey that, we're privileged to be part of.
I don't know about you, Andie. I don't want to sound cheesy or whatever. I feel Nick with us right now.
Aw.
I'm just tearing up constantly talking to you because not only are you president of this amazing organization, but you're a mom.
I
and
am.
You're
It's the
the
most-
mom of the inspiration of this.
It's the
and
most important title that I could ever have.
Yeah.
And I know that you're a dad, and you know the love that you have for your child. It's like, an undescribable love, and you don't realize it until you that first glance, and you're like, how did I ever live without this? Right?
Mhm.
And so I have to live without this. And Headstrong is my way. So we invite your listeners to join, come learn, be part of it. And
let me just say, this girl is a kick butt gala host, event host. She is the perfect at reading a room and making sure, because everyone's going to be there, as Andie mentioned before. It can be a difficult thing to talk about cancer and all this, but she is the queen of being able to add humor and levity and fun to a night that has so much heaviness to it.
Yeah, and
because
meaning.
everybody in that room knows why they're there. So
Right.
it's okay to laugh. It's okay to smile. It's okay to be light and raise some money and,
Right.
and have a good time, right? And
Yes.
Andie's the perfect host for that. You're going to have a great time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank
We're
you.
beyond grateful. So
So we're going to have all the information up on our website. You can
Yep.
visit theandiesummershow.com. You can get your tickets. You can learn more about it. Do all the things, because this is just, it's a no-brainer. I mean, I don't know how else to describe
Awesome.
it. It
Thank
really
you.
is.
thank you so much.
Thank you, Cheryl.